Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I am Liliana, Woman with a Vision. God has placed it in my heart today to give you a message. This message is for anyone that has went through a situation whereas people have come against you and have said things about you that is not true. You're a very special person, and know that God loves you so much, and that when the enemy comes against you, God is always there protecting you. Because whatever has been done to you was done behind your back. It was not done in your face. People sometimes aren't bold enough to do things in your face. They want to go behind your back and talk about you and do things to you, and then when you begin to, when your light begins to shine in life and God puts you in the place that you're supposed to be, it may cause other people to look at you and say, well, all of these things were said about this person, but it looked like they're doing pretty good. Were the things that they said about this person true? A lot of times people do things out of jealousy and envy, but they know not what they do and who they done it to. I always tell people, be careful of how you treat people, because you don't know who God is protecting and who God has his hands on. You don't know who God is going to use. You don't know that. You don't know who God's using. When you're God's child, and God is protecting you, people should be careful of how they treat you. People should be careful. There's some people around you that need to apologize. They literally need to say, I'm sorry for the things that I've done to you, for the things that I've said behind your back. They need to come to you and apologize to you. They need to come to you, and they know it. God has put it in their heart. You need to go apologize to that person. You did all of that out of jealousy and envy. You had people misliking this person and saying bad things about this person, all because of your own feelings, all because of your own personal issues that you had within. You wanted people to hate this person. You didn't want them to be out of jealousy and envy. Whoever this person is, snake, cold-hearted. Because they're jealous and envious of your life. I don't see this person having any people really around them. Any true friends or family members or anybody. I don't see this person really. They got people around them, but they don't have what you have. And that's not your fault. That's not your fault. You live your life how you want to live your life. You have a choice. You make choices to live your life the way you want to live your life. I don't see this person. Not a relationship, any children. They don't have anything to do but to sit up and to talk about you and want people to go against you. They want all the attention on them. They're an attention seeker. Whoever this person is, they're a female. They're an attention seeker. They lack attention in their life, and they're an attention seeker. They've said so many things about you that are not true. If you sing, whoever you are, you have a voice. You have a voice, whether you speak or you sing or you talk, you're able to reach people. People listen to you when you talk. That's one thing that they don't like to see you talk. They don't want to see you sing. Whoever you are, this person is so envious and jealous of you. But know that God has protected you against this person. No matter what this person has ever tried to do or say, people still like you. People still love you. They see the intentions of your heart. They know the intentions of your heart. They know that you're a good person. They don't know why this person is coming against you, but they have tried their best to get the world, even your family. They even want your family members to go against you. They don't want them. They stay close and stuck to people that are close to, that are related to you, so that they can get them to go against you. If anyone says anything positive, they're going to have something negative in return about you. Well, it look like they're doing okay. Well, they got a pretty nice job. They're going to say, oh, they got that job because of this. It's always going to be something negative. They're always going to have something negative to say. May God bless that person. May God bless that person, because God has warned them to stop. And they group up with other people to try to come against you. They group up with other people. I was just thinking about this dream that I had, and I saw somebody in the dream, and It was like we were in a building. And you know how you have a board meeting? If you have, like, you go to a meeting, they have a room and it's a board meeting room just for board meetings, right? Like if you're, it don't matter, have a business and you have a board meeting where you have meetings when people come and you all meet all up in a board meeting, long table, chairs on one side. And there was someone that I knew that was in this meeting, and they were with other people that I knew. And I wasn't in the meeting, but I came and I stood in the door and I was listening to what they were talking about in the meeting. And I wasn't a part of the meeting, but I was there in the building, and I came and I stood in the door and I was listening. There was one particular person that I saw that was related to me, very close to me. And this person, when I tell you the gossip, and I've never viewed this person in that way at all. I've never viewed this person as being a gossiper. And I said, I called the person's name. And I said, you gossiping like that? Wow, I didn't know. Like, I was like in shock in the dream. And I woke up. Be careful, because you don't know. Like, you think you know people. And God will show you and be like, look, you didn't view this person in that type of way, did you? You never viewed them as being a gossiper. No, I talk to this person all the time. So all this time I've been talking to this person. We talk about everything. You know, we'll be on the phone, only talking and everything. What y'all think the outcome of that is? Why I was trying to figure out how people know things that I only told this person. Now it all makes sense. God had to show me, because he probably was been trying to show me who this person was. I was ignoring it because I didn't view this person in that way. Be careful. Because sometimes it be the people that are closest to us that we don't view in that way that are going against us. That are going against us. Whoever this person is, they have said things about your children. They have said things about you. They talk about your job. They talk about how you dress. They talk about, they talk about everything. Everything, your hair, everything about you is something negative. And when they're around you, they make, if you have seen them, you know, they come off as, you know, so nice. No, they have been stalking you on social media, trying to see what you're doing, always wanting to stay 2 steps ahead of you. Like, they want to do everything better than what you're not even in competition with them. This is someone that you care about, that you love. You're not in competition. We're not in competition. They don't have people. Your lives are 2 different lives. Whoever this person is are here lonely. They're lonely. They seek attention when you don't seek that type of attention. You don't seek it. Even if you were alone, you don't seek that type of attention. You're like, okay, whatever. He's just such a you're a good-hearted person. You know, you're like, okay, whatever. Angry. I hear you're angry because you're aware of what this person has done, how they group with people. But don't be angry. Don't be mad. You'll have your time to speak. You'll have your time to talk. God said he's going to open a door for you. And you'll have your moment, and people will see who you are, who you really are, and the love that you carry. You're loving, you're caring. You've always been that person. You know, it may have been some moments where people have pushed you. They pushed you, and they did it on purpose so that they can say, oh, you're crazy, or oh, this person is always angry. But that's not true. You just react like you like things that are right. You don't like when people do things that aren't right. You're like, wait a minute. And you stand up for yourself. You're not passive in any way. You know, you'll say what's on your mind. And because you say what's on your mind, a lot of times people take that as a threat. You know, or they take that and they can use that and say, well, they're always going off. But that's not true. There's a person around you who, on a regular basis, tells people off, curses them out. But the one time that you did react, or if there was a situation, they defamed you as this person goes off all the time. But that person, they just didn't want people to view them in that way, because that's what they did. They switched the story around and made it seem like you were just this horrible person, which you're not. You're not at all. You're a very good person, you know. And like I said, if when you found out that these things were happening, or you became aware and you pulled away, and there was a moment where you kind of went like MIA, missing in action, or you just kind of pulled back and you're like, what's going on? Know that when you did that, it made these people really mad. A person really mad. Made that person really mad. And they were trying to figure out why this person won't talk to me. And you're like, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. They were telling people that you were mad at them. You weren't mad at them. You're still not even mad at them. You're just like, why did you do that? Why? You want us to know why. But God knows why everything happens and why he removes certain people out of your life. Even if it's a family member, just know that it's okay. Know that God loves you so much and that he does things to protect us. It's so, it's sad in a sense because you lose a friendship or connection all out of a person and their personal issues that they have within themselves, wanting attention, lacking attention. If you were someone and people like you and they look for you and they say, where are you? Where is such and such? Where's such and such? They're always looking for you. That irritates them. They don't like the fact that people even look for you. But people like to be around you. You're a really good person. Maybe you just had some things going on in your life and you kind of went, I got to concentrate on life for a second. And people get so offended when you are not around. They feel like, oh, you're not talking to me, or you're not coming around. Where have you been? But you just living life. They don't know what you're going through. They don't know your life. They didn't call to ask you where you've been at either. But know that God loves you. And sometimes we have to go after ourselves sometimes and kind of take a little moment and just look over and think about things. Think about people that are in your life. Think about people who, all the red flags and things that you miss. When you become aware of things that are around you and God opens your eyes and he allows you to see people for who they are. It's something that's different, and people think that you're pulling away or you're mad at them. And it's like, I'm not mad at you. It's just, God allowed me to see some things and, I'm not sure if I'm okay with it. You're like, I'm not sure if I'm okay with it. And I just don't want the confusion. You don't want the confusion. You don't want the, arguing back and forth. You just want peace. And you say, I forgive you, I love you. But just because I forgive you and I love you, that doesn't mean that you changed. That person has changed, That may be on the same thing of trying to say things about you that's not true. And it's just like, I don't want to be bothered with that, It's not, it's a personal thing. But God loves you. He protects us. He will let you know who you should be around. He will let you know when people are going against you. God loves you so much, and I love you too. I can just keep on going. But I'm going to stop right here. Know that God loves you so much. God has protected you away from this person, group of people that have come against you. They said things about you. I know they said things about your kids. I'm telling you, whoever you are, you're doing great now. You're doing great now. You're doing good. So that's proof right there that some of the things that they were saying about you was not true. God has a way of proving things his own way. Not our way, but his own way. And if God has given you a platform, or he has given you opened a door for you to be able to speak and talk about it. Talk about it. Share what has happened to you in your life. It's encouraging to other people that are going through the same thing. It may not be the same issue, but anything that you can say to encourage someone that has gone through heartbreak, or people doing things behind their back, know that your story is encouraging. Know that any message that God has given you to give his people is encouraging to them. Uplift them. Uplift them. If they're down and all of a sudden they come across whatever you're saying, or you come in contact with someone, it can be even sometimes at the grocery store. It may be somebody randomly that you don't know. And they may just open up to you. God will let you know when you need to say some words of encouragement or give someone some type of something just to make them feel better. Sometimes you'll talk to people and say, you made me feel so much better. And that just make me feel good to know that I'm able to encourage someone who may be going through hard times, who may be going through a situation and they don't know how to handle it or they don't know how to deal with it. Know that God loves you so much. He does. He loves us so much, and I love you too. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for sharing this message with someone that may need it or taking in this word and encouraging and uplifting yourself if it's for you. I'm Liliana, woman with a vision. Go be blessed.